What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. My name is Tam, and today we're going to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card game coming to the Universes card game. The goal of this is we're going to be breaking out and talking about each and every card from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set in a large series called First Looks. I'm going to be breaking down and looking at every single symbol for the turtles. And so, with that said, starting with the characters, we're going to go through each character, and it'll make sense as you watch YouTube, but so on and so forth going on. From here, we got Bishop from the Tales of the TMNT, the TV show, Robotics Engineer. 722, she's got the evil and void symbols, has the inventor keyword, which is huge, and then enhance : so playable on every single attack. This attack, mine or yours, gets +1 speed for every 4 cards in my stage. This includes things like my character. So for every foundation, every asset, every backup, every character in my stage, 1 for every 4. And the response once per turn, my turn or your turn. After you check an asset with printed difficulty 3 or less, build it. So this 7 hand-sized character, so we see a ton of cards, has an extra ability of, when making control checks, build in extra assets. And so we're going to very, very, very quickly get some very fast moves over and over and over again. This character has the potential to be a bit of a problem if they snowball out of control. And again, 722 with a way to build assets, very easy to snowball out of control. It really depends on what the assets that you're looking to find on the evil and void symbols are, which there are just like some really, really, really good ones. So I like what Bishop's got going on. It just depends on what assets can we build in, because plus speed on everything is just like always inherently good. But we'll move on to Mega Mutant. 6 hand size, 33 health character. It's a lot of health. It's got the all and evil symbol. One of my favorite symbol combinations, all and evil. I love the idea of the bad guys having all and evil. They just want everything, you know? They're evil and they want it all. Giant and mutant keywords. It says response : after you play an attack, it gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each ally in your card pool. Now it does say ally in your card pool, not ally attack. So you can play like a bunch of ally foundations or assets or actions or backups even, and then like play one move all the way at the very end. Like I'll play backup, attack, and then give my move a massive speed and damage buff because of it. But all in all, Mega Mutant is just kind of a 6 hand size stat stick. And again, like these symbols are not like incredible for like wanting to play allies. Like it's fine. Like it's okay. But it's probably like not really necessarily where I'm at. I think I'm gonna have to see what the ally support looks like under these symbols to be able to tell whether Mega Mutant is like decent or playable or whatnot. It's okay. I think it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm excited to look and see what the ally cards are. Up next, I've got Superfly Malicious Mutant. 6 hand size, 31 health character. It's got the all and evil. Excuse me. It's got the air and evil symbol. Has the mutant keyword. It says enhance : this deck gets -X speed or +X damage. X equals the number of foundations committed to pass the check to play this attack, period. This character I think is very cool thematically. I want to play these big, massive, meaty moves so that I can commit my stage and make these big, hulking, monstrous moves even scarier. Make them crazy. And then I also love the fact that he's a bad guy, and then when you bomb your checks, when you check a bunch of 3s in a row and you're committing a bunch of foundations in order to play out your attack string, he's going to be giving your moves a bunch of minus speed, taking advantage of your poor luck. Perfect bad guy. He hits hard and laughs at you when you fail. Incredible. Incredible design. And then response : after you take damage, whether it be from a blocked move or whatever, damage at all, add 1 scheme from your discard pile to your card pool. That card cannot be cleared from the card pool this turn. So The cool thing about this is if we have a minus speed on the character, so partial blocking should be kind of easy. So I block, I use my 31 health, it comes down, it goes down, it goes down. I pile a bunch of schemes from my discard pile into my card pool. When my rival passes their turn and it gets back to me, they don't clear. So as we see later on in the video, we're going to look at these schemes and just see how relevant they are. We'll see. I've been famished for evil symboled cards. Let's talk about them. So from here, starting off nice and strong, we've got Equipment Heist, 5/6 non-block, no block. You cannot even attempt to block with this one. Scheme. This card says this card does not count towards a progressive difficulty. So when you play this one, your other cards ignore this one. This one essentially is free. And then it says first form. So if this was the first card that you played on your turn, draw one card and discard one card, period. And then enhance card pool your turn. So it's an action. So it's not allowed to exist in your stage. So it's got to do something somewhere. And the answer is it plays its ability while it's in the card pool during other attacks that you played. If you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool, search your deck or your discard pile for one asset and build it. So if I've got 3 attacks in my card pool, remember this one does not count as progressive. I can search my deck or my discard pile for some assets and just start slamming onto my stage. The more attacks that I play, the more assets I can pick up because it's 3 or more, right? So on attack number 3, and then attack number 4, and then attack number 5, I can slam assets out of my discard pile and my deck, right? I can go search for them. Very cool, very strong ability. Very much worth the 5/6 without a block. This one is dope. This one's dope. This is an absolutely amazing build around card of how much advantage can you get when the Equipment Heist is going on. I'm really excited to see what cool cards we get, cool combos that we get off of this one card. Speaking of more schemes, we've got Trash the City. It's a 4/6 without a block scheme. Again, this card does not count for progressive difficulty. First form, so it's the first thing you played. Seal one rival foundation, so it loses all card text and cannot gain any more card text. And the response card pool, after you play an attack, your rival commits a foundation. So essentially like stun one. So I play a move, I stun the move. I play a move, I stun the move. This card, obviously, it's got his face on it. Very good for Superfly. Superfly takes a hit, I'll add Trash the City into my card pool. I take a hit, I'll add Trash the City in my card pool. I'll take a hit, I'll add Trash the City. And so now, as I am playing attacks, I'm stunning 2, stunning 3 on every single move over and over and over again. Again, the downside here is this card does not have a block. So if you get stuck with these cards in your hand, it's going to feel pretty bad. But being able to just add these cards in for free off of Superfly's ability, so strong. So strong. This is one of the good ones for sure. And then from here, we've got Wipe Out All Humans. 5/3 non-block scheme. This card does not count as progressive. First form. So it's the first card you play on your turn. Your rival's next check gets a -2. Essentially, -2 speed. But there are some things that ask your rival to make a check, or if they played an action or something along those lines, it would get eaten up there. And then enhanced card pool, very similar to the other one. Your attack gets +2 damage. So we have a scheme that searches cards. We have a scheme that commits my rival's foundations. And now we have a scheme that gives plus damage. This feels very good for if there are a ton of different ways that if you want to play Superfly, you can move and adjust your deck to use the scheme that you want when you want it. A ton of different ways that you can play this character. Very cool. Very, very cool. And I love the fact that they're all at different rarities. We had an ultra rare, a rare, and now an uncommon. I'm here for it. Up next, we've got Anti-Mutant Neuralizer Shot. It is a 5/3, 5 mid for 5 with a 1 mid block. EX3, ranged weapon are its keywords, and it says Blitz. So when you play it, if your rival's character is a mutant, this deck gets +2 damage. 5 diff, 5 mid for 7 with EX3. Insane stats. Very, very, very good stats. Easily could see play in if your local community are big turtle fans and they're playing a ton of mutant characters. Playing Anti-Mutant Neuralizer Shot makes total sense. The stats in this card go absolutely wild. 5 diff, 5 mid for 7, EX3, 1 mid block. Very, very good. If your rival's not a mutant, this card's probably okay as a 5 mid for 5 with EX3. It's probably fine. But man, 5 mid for 7 feels way, way, way cooler. Up next, we've got Bring Me Stockmans Mutants. It is a 4/3, 4 low for 4 with a 1 low block ally and Fury. Ally keyword I think is going to be really important for Mega Mutant. Blitz, if you have a scheme in your card pool, this deck gets +2 speed. So it is a 6 low for 4 if you have a scheme. My issue here is that I think finding schemes into the card pool as Mega Mutant are going to be way harder than it is for Superfly. So Superfly making this a 6 low for 4 with plus stats if you play it later and you committed a bunch of foundations probably feels okay. But there's probably better things that you could be doing unless you're really determined to have this like low zone and then the low block. Probably just better ideas you can have. You probably want to play maybe even a higher difficulty card so that you can like be more inclined to commit those extra resources to play to get your bonus off Superfly. It's certainly a give and take, a push and pull. For me, we got chucking cars. 6/3, 6 high for 6 with a 1 high block. Looks good. Ally ranged. Love this. Love the big semi here. Like, this is a great action shot. Also love the brick pattern in the back here. Looks really good. Blitz, destroy 1 asset in play, : this could be my period, my asset or yours. This deck is X damage. X equals the printed difficulty of the destroyed card. So I can destroy your asset and give my move damage, which feels very strong. Very, very strong. And then Blitz, if an asset in your stage has been destroyed this combat phase, draw 1 card, period. Okay, that seems pretty good. So if I destroy my own asset, I get bonus damage and I draw a card. And then I also, we just saw a scheme that says build in assets so that your chucking cars works really well. But in order for you to do this, you got to play this on what? Like an 8 as your third move? And it has to be later than that because we have to, on the third one, enhance to build in the asset and then chucking cars afterwards to then destroy the asset at blitz speed and then draw the card. Seems a little tough to move things in and out. But I do like where this card is laying, especially with the ally keyword and the evil symbol. Mega Mutant's going to make this thing absolutely huge. But later on down the string, it can be played. Yeah, I think this card's going to hit like a pun intended, like a truck. it's gonna hit really, really hard. I'm here for it. This card's cool. I think this card's a really neat like secondary build around card. I'm here for it. Up next, we've got Cohort Support. 4/3, 4 mid for 4 with a 1 low block, breaker 1 ally. It says Blitz, your rival makes a check against a 5. If they fail, they lose 2 health. So essentially, you've got a 33% chance to either stun to them or they lose 2 health because of how ratios works. Because when they make the check, they are allowed to commit foundations in order to pass it, or if they lose 2. I think a big important thing here is if they fail, they lose 2 health. This is allowed to burn them to death. If they have 2 health and they fail this, they lose the game. You never go to blocks, you never do any of that. So the fact this doesn't have the can't end the game rider is probably good enough, especially with a 1 low block breaker 1 ally symbol. Again, going back to Mega Mutant, I think this is like a pretty easy Mega Mutant pick for to be played here. I'm here for it. Up next, we got Creating a Family, 4/3, 4 mid for 4, 2 mid block ally blitz. If there's at least one of the ally card in your card pool, draw a card. Now this is a Mega Mutant card. As a 5 diff, 6 mid for 6, draw a card. This card feels incredible. This card feels super, super good for this character. Lets you draw more cards to play out bigger, longer strings, to give more stats, to hit harder. This is exactly what this character is looking for, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Grip of Cruelty, 4/3, 0 high for 5 with a 3 high block throw. Blitz, your rival's next check to play a block gets -2. This card is interesting. This card's so interesting. So I played on my turn. It's a 0 high for 5. So easy to block. So easy to block. But if they choose not to block this one, it does carry over that minus check to the next move. So it's like, it's better than your blitz, this deck gets +2 speed. Because their next check to block is -2. If they choose not to interact with grip, and I play something very big, and they didn't waste a block here on grip, then that means that they still have that -2 floating. I love it. I think this card is a really, really cool opener, especially if you're looking for just like a 4 difficulty, 5 damage throw that you can just like slam damage on. I think this one's really neat. Very cool opener. If you can figure out how to pile damage on a 4 difficulty throw, very cool finisher. You don't necessarily care how slow it is, right? Because at minimum, it's a 2 high for 5, which I think is a totally fine spot for where a throw could be. I think I'm totally down for it. Up next, we've got Lock and Load. 5/3, 3 low for 5, 1 low block, stun 2 ranged weapon, blitz, cancel the first enhance ability your rival plays during this attack. I've had a couple questions about this one, so we're gonna go through it. So I play Lock and Load. I blitz on the card. The first enhance my rival decides to play during this attack gets canceled. So if they play a thing after they pay all costs, including anything before the colon, everything after the colon doesn't happen. There's timeline number 1. Timeline number 2, I play Lock and Load. I play the blitz. My rival decides to pass on their enhance. It comes back to me. I play a cool ability. My rival goes to play an enhance. It still gets canceled. Even though you passed playing an enhance, passing an enhance is not playing your first enhance ability. Lock and Load does not care if you pass. It is just the first thing that you enhance that you play during Lock and Load gets canceled, whether it be from your character or an action out of your hand or whatever. If you play an enhance, Lock and Load is going to cancel it. So a 3 low for 5 stun 2 that is difficult to play abilities during, I think, is a good ability. Is a good card. I think that this one is good, especially on the very early turns of the game where my rival has significantly less resources to be played. Certainly going to have diminishing returns the later on the game goes. So for your aggro characters, I think Lock and Load is probably high impact and very good at playing the game. I think this is probably pretty decent. Up next, we've got Mollywop. 5/3, 3 mid for 5 with a 2 mid block. Another stun 2 moves. Matt, so much stun inside the set. Ally Punch. Response, after you block with this card, your rival's next check to play an attack gets -2. Failing that check does not end the combat phase. So it's essentially Breaker 2, but a much nicer Breaker 2. So 3 mid for 5, stun 2, fake Breaker 2, Faker 2. Because failing the check does not end the combat phase, which means that there's more that they could possibly do. I like this card, especially in Superfly. I mean, it's got his face on it. Because if they decide to not fail the check, they're going to be committing more resources, which means that now Superfly is going to give more speed. Very cool synergy, very obvious tactic happening with Mollywop and Superfly, specifically on defense. But then again, 3 mid for 5, stun 2. It is slow enough to want to be blocked, so that your later moves can hit really hard. I'm here for it. I think this card is very cool. Motivated by Revenge. It is a 3/5, 4 low for 6, 2 low block. Fury. It was very difficult to understand what was happening inside this picture. This is Superfly when he's a kid. It was difficult to figure out, and this is a guy's face with his hand. It took me a bit to figure out what was happening here. Blitz. If you took damage last turn, this deck gets +3 speed. So a 7 low for 6, 5 diff. Incredible. Very, very strong. Part of the game is taking damage, and so most of the time you're going to be leaking damage pretty much every turn, just because of the onus of blocking versus not blocking. And so Motivated by Revenge is a 5 diff 7 low for 6. Feels really, really, really good. This is one of the cards that if you can give any amount of damage to it, like Superfly can, it's gonna feel really strong. I am a big fan of what this guy's got going on, and easily could see it being played in competitive lists, just because 7 for 6, 5 diff are good stats, very good numbers. Quarterbacking from HQ. 5/3, 5 high for 5 with a 3 high block, powerful 3, ally ranged. If there's a scheme in your card pool, draw one card. Again, an ally card for Mega Mutant, tough to get the scheme in there. And a very, very strong 5 diff for Superfly that wants to play schemes in the card pool in order to redraw cards. 5 high for 5 with powerful 3 feels very, very strong there. I'm in. Just fully depends on how are we getting cards. How do I best utilize all of the words on this card? Having a common 5 high for 5 powerful 3. About 5 high for 5 powerful 3 does feel very good. From here, we've got Rebuilt Forces. 5/3, 5 low for 5 with a 1 low block ally keyword. Blitz, build one backup with printed difficulty 3 or less from your discard pile, period. That's very good, especially with these secret rare backups running around. There are plenty of them that are 3 or less. It says sacrifice that backup at the end of your turn. Your rival's next check this turn gets -1 for each backup in your stage. Interesting. So it says build a backup, difficulty 3 or less from your discard pile, and then sack it at the end of the turn. So you'll get it for this combat phase. And their next check gets -1 for each backup. Bishop's entire idea is we're trying to get as many backups into our stage as possible so that this becomes like sometimes like -5 to the next check. This feels really good as like a 10 low for 5, right? And then we get more bonuses off of the backups that we built in. This card feels good. This card feels like one of the good ones. It really does depend on how tough is it for us to utilize the rebuilt-in backup, and like how potent can we get? How much can we leverage that built-in backup? But there's got to be ones besides the Mechazoids that feel very good. There's got to be. We'll have to find them. From here, we've got Superfly Stomp. There's a 4/3, 4 low for 4, 1 low block Frenzy, which says it gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each attack that's been blocked this turn. So if we play it super late and my rival has blocked a couple things, it's going to get some pretty big stats. And then a couple more blitzes here. Blitz, spin momentum. Your rival spins momentum and sacrifices a face-up foundation. How annoying. And then Blitz, search your deck for a card and add it to your discard pile, period. This is where we get to take our schemes and put them into our discard pile. Probably in Superfly. This probably should be like a 4 of, just so you can go search your deck for all of your schemes and put them in as soon as possible. And even then, like a 4 low for 4 frenzied card is good enough to be played like once you've got all of your cards. It is pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's move on to Bad Attitude. Our first foundation, 1/5, 2 high block response. After you block with this card, if your rival has 3 or more health, they lose 1, period. Annoying, not very high impact. Annoying, really good in like sealed and whatnot. It's good, but it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. Honestly, it's okay. It's not good. Honestly, it's fine. It's not okay. This was probably getting left on the cutting room floor. Charismatic Approach. 2, 4, 3 mid-block. Enhance rival's turn. Flip, : each player searches their deck for 1 card and adds it to their hand, period. Now, this is a card that I can get behind. I love this card so much. This card is massive, massive disrespect. Hey, I don't think that you can kill me with any of the cards in your deck. I don't think if I give you any card you wanted out of your deck, it's not going to matter. So here you go. You can have this one, and I'm going to search the best card in my deck because I think it's really high impact and valuable. I think this card is so good and is going to see play all over the place. Imagine going and searching up your showdowns. Imagine going and searching up your barrier shields. Imagine going and searching up whatever Your true 100% unleashes. Imagine searching up whatever crazy card you want and you laughing at your opponent and saying, you can grab whatever you want. You're not going to kill me. What a cool card. What a cool, unfiltered evil card this is. It's so sick. This is such a sick one. I'm so in. And I'm so annoyed that Ghidorah players are going to get this one. Hurling Insults. 2/5, 2 high block. Has the taunt keyword. Love that. Response commit. After your rival blocks with a non-foundation card, they lose 1 health, period. Now, this card, we laughed at the 1/5, 2 high block. After you block with this one, they burn. This one says that if they block with a non-foundation card, they lose 1 health, and it can kill them. Imagine we have a couple of these out, and we're burning 2 every turn cycle that they block. There's only so many times that they get to do it. There's only so many times that they get to play this one. It's pretty good. Curious, is this a new TCG or CCG? Pearson, first off, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. This is Universes. It is the it is a multi-IP game. So currently in Universes, we've got things like My Hero Academia and Godzilla, Attack on Titan, Yu Yu Hakusho, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear is coming out soon, and this upcoming weekend is the release of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set. And so we're just going through and we're talking about all the cards. And the cool thing about this game is you can mix and match them. So if you like Tmnt and you like Attack on Titan, you can mix these sets together. We even have like things like Critical Role. Like there's so many different IPs and like universes, pun intended, that you can smash together and play cards with. But good to have you, man. Hope you enjoy your stay. Thanks for the follow. I've perfected the ooze to 3/5/3 high block with the ally keyword. It says enhance : your attack gets +1 damage. If it's not blocked, your rival's next check gets -1. If you can afford the 3 diff, it is high impact. Pressing this button, all your ally attacks get +1 damage. If it's not blocked, their next check gets -1. It's essentially a late +1 speed +1 damage, right? It's interesting. It's pretty good. I think that the 3 diff is a little high costed, but if you can figure out how to get around that cost, I think that it is worth your while to stack up multiple copies of these and really just like slam a ton of damage down your rival's throat. Pearson says, first time catching you live. Thanks for the info. Is it a Steam application or another download? Thanks. They are actually physical cards. So this is an actual card game that you can play. There is a way that you can play online, but it's just via Tabletop Simulator. And so if you have Tabletop Simulator downloaded, you can play the game for free. Mean Intentions, 1/5, 2 mid-block, response, your turn, flip, which means turn it face down. After you play an action, your rival's next check gets a -1, period. So I think that this card is very good. I think this card is good. I am nervous about the evil chaos character that is allowed to play this combined with Magic Trap that says response once per turn after you play an action. Your check gets -1. If we find an evil chaos character that is allowed to like play 8 copies of this ability, some of them a little more fleeting than others, I think it's going to be really hard to play any cards against that character, both offensively and defensively. Imagine your rival like playing Runaway and then being like, actually Runaway plus Mean Intentions plus Magic Trap. I'm going to stuff your card pool 1 and you've got -3 to your next check. Failing it ends your turn. What do you do, man? You just pass? Like, these cards just say... These cards just say... Your turn's over? That's crazy. That's so good. I will say, I love the fact that it is a 1/5 that has a flip cost, rather than the once per turn that Magic Trap does, and the fact that it's your turn rather than, oh, I guess it is your turn, not their turn. So the runaway example is less potent. Okay, got me there. Still, I think this card is very good. And very mean. Very mean. From here, we got Misguided Big Brother. It's a 2/5, 2 mid-block, enhanced flip. Your attack gets +2 damage. If it's an ally attack, it gets +3 damage instead, period. Card's fine. Playing an ally package, it's just a little extra damage. Probably not worth, probably not worth the 2/5 slot. 2 mid-block is probably okay. If you're looking for a little extra damage, I guess like a 1 or a 2 is probably okay. But there's probably just better things you could be doing. It's fine. It's fine. Replicate his research. 2/5, 2 mid-block. Enhance sacrifice, which means destroy. Add a scheme from your discard pile to your hand. We saw the schemes at the very beginning of the video. It just says, instead of being Superfly and adding them into your card pool, we now get to pick them up and then play them. Very, very good for the Heist card. Equipment Heist, I believe is the name of it. Very good for that one. A little less so for the other ones. The other ones are kind of whatever. But this is a way for you to get your scheme back into your card pool in order to utilize their very awesome in the card pool abilities. Next, Villainous Plot. 1/4, 2 mid-block, response flip. At the end of your combat phase, add a scheme from your card pool to your hand, period. Very similar vein of our last card, but this one adds a non-block to your hand, right? Instead of sacrificing the thing to get it, this says flip to get it. And again, it is -1 hand size, which is a tough sell for me personally. It is tough for me to want to put the non-block in my hand on my rival's turn. And it also says that no matter what, when I draw back up to my hand size, this one's going to be stuck in my hand. And so it is tough. It is a tough sell, honestly. It really depends on if Equipment Heist is going to be that high impact. I can see Villainous Plot being useful. From here, we've got Cynthia Ultram, Viled Villain. 5/5, 4 stamina, 0 mid-block, elusive, unique ally. Enhance your turn, commit. Your rival discards a card, period. This is very good. Hey, I'm trying to kill you. I'm going to enhance and say that you have less cards in your hand to defend yourself with. And then response tenacious. After this backup is attacked, your rival removes the top 2 cards of their deck, period. So this is just, hey, I'm doing a little bit of like a mill strategy, but more importantly, I'm just saying that you don't have access to cards in your hand, which is really, really scary. And then lastly, just explain the elusive keyword. These backups, these secret red backups, are very difficult to interact with. So not only is it like, do I not want to attack them because they all have these really crazy responses, but it is difficult to interact with them because they can't be like the first attack you play. You have to swing on them with your second or greater attack. Yeah, it is tough spot to be in when it comes to understanding just how good this card is. From here, we also have Massive Mutant Machine. This is an infinity symbol card, but I thought I would go ahead and add it because we have access to the Equipment Heist. This is a 7 difficulty, 5 check, non-block. A 7 difficulty. Enhance commit. This attack gets +5 speed and +5 damage. This is absolutely the card that we want to grab with Equipment Heist. Every time that I play a move, I'm gonna grab this Massive Mutant Machine out of my deck or my discard pile, and then I'm gonna turn my card sideways and give it +5/+5. And then on the next attack, I'm gonna grab another Massive Mutant Machine and give my next move +5/+5. And so like on the Equipment Heist, if I've got the string to do it, I'm just gonna slam all of these sideways. Where this gets a little tough is when I accidentally draw these not during the heist. I've got a 7 difficulty asset that I have to figure out how to get back in my discard pile, so when I do the heist, I have access to it. But deflect 3 does help. So instead of blocking, I'm gonna go for the deflect.